Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I have a guest for you that is doing very cool things on Instagram, IG. I've been following for a while and I love what he puts out. A quote that really got me was, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work." I'm like, oh my God, I got to talk to this guy. So let's welcome Ed Stulak to the show. How you doing, Ed?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I got to tell you, man, that quote kind of like slapped me in the face. Um, I'm going to give you full credit for that because I have never heard that quote before. So as far as I'm concerned, you said it. And why don't you really break it apart and tell us what it means?
Oh man, people just don't want to work. They don't want to work. They would rather just have the success kind of smack them in the face rather than doing the work themselves. And listen, there's I can dissect that thing into 20 different avenues. People are just lazy. I'm lazy. I hate work too. But you know what? You got to do it at the end of the day. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, I got you. That's awesome. Yeah, because again, right, we no matter what you do in life, I'm obviously a couple of decades ahead of you. But you're right. I mean, you can want all the success in the world, but other than winning the lottery, which is kind of an instant thing, success does look like work, and you got to get up and grind and be consistent and do all those things. So I appreciate that quote. That was a good one.
Awesome, good, thanks.
Well, why don't you? I just jumped into the quote. Why don't you introduce yourself? Who is Ed? Where you are in the country, what you do, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. So yes, my name is Ed Stulak. I'm the Millennial Realtor, and what I do is I do sell homes in the state of New Jersey. I'm a licensed realtor. However, the true passion lies in teaching real estate professionals worldwide about the importance of social media and personal branding. And so I've been traveling lately. Actually, this year it was funny because early this year in January I made an Instagram story, and I was telling all my followers, "Hey guys, listen. I'm trying to aim for 5 events this year. I just want to speak at 5 events if I can. All right. So whatever it might be, you want me on a panel, you want me to just have like a guest speaker, whatever it is, just 5. And so I made that myself a little goal. And I threw it out there in the universe because everyone says, throw it out there, throw it out there. It'll manifest. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's the hard work that will get it. Right. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. So I asked for 5 and I'm around like 23 now, and it's so cool. I'm way past what I wanted to, and it's just been amazing. I just went. I'm still on a little tour right now. I'm traveling from a few states. I just got back from Washington about 24 hours ago, and I was speaking over there to mortgage representatives, of that area. Forget about social media branding. That's where my true passion lies. So that's what I've been doing lately. This is my first year really full sales ahead with trying to speak at events, trying to teach, trying to motivate the real estate industry. And it's been going really, really well. And I've been having a blast.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I follow you on Instagram. It definitely looks like you're enjoying yourself, and more importantly, impacting others, which is awesome. So we'll get into that big time. But let's remind folks this is a real estate channel, and you're a realtor. So when did you get your license? Why'd you get your license? Kind of paint that vision for us, Ed.
Cool. So I'm not going to give you the story that every other realtor might give you, which
Okay.
is, oh, I got into it to, help families. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you that sad story.
Yeah.
No, I got into it for the hard money. I
Hmm.
saw you can make money with this thing, and I got into it. I also saw that you can dress up nicely and do it. I'm like, okay, cool. Finally, an industry where I can dress up, wear pocket squares. Because the corporate industry won't let you wear pocket squares. You got to be very classy and very normal and very, by the books. And I hate that stuff. And real estate was just one of those industries where you can get into it. From what I assumed, you can have your own business. You can do your own things, your own way, your own time. So that made more sense to me. And so I got it about 3 years ago when I was 22, and today I'm 25. So at 22 I got my license and trying to figure out what real estate is about. But I got into it for those reasons specifically, but also just so I can learn the language of real
Hmm.
estate. What is real estate, right? What
Hmm.
is a mortgage? What is a pre-approval? Why do I need one before I buy anything? Like, all these little things I had no idea about in the beginning. And I want to know so I can invest into my own homes in the future. But I want to be fully prepared. So I figured if I use such a high income industry to learn about the industry and also use it as a financial vehicle to fuel my vision and my future decisions of real estate only makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes total sense to me. So when did that passion interest merge with what is clearly a huge game you have in social media and branding? Was it always there, or did it come later? When did that merge happen?
The passion for social media has always been there.
Okay.
It came around 2012
Okay.
when I just got injured. I was a hockey player forever, and I was playing at Penn State. I was studying pre-med, and like I had a different life prepared, and I got injured. I started failing, and it was just a miserable time. So I had to kind of sit back and, really reanalyze my lifestyle and everything that I'm doing, because hockey was work. I was recruited. That was everything that I did was just hockey. I couldn't work. So I had all this free time now. And I said, what do I love to do? And the first thing that my heart said was music. I was like,
Ah,
ooh, okay, music. So I got into music for a little bit, and that was fun. And as I started producing music, I started being a DJ and all this stuff. I came across these two guys, DJs as well, best friends still today. And they really introduced me to what entrepreneurship is. I
ah,
never knew what entrepreneurship was, never had it in me, never thought I would. And these guys were like, oh, well, this is marketing, this is branding, this is advertising, this is, and all of a sudden, entrepreneurship pretty much opened up my door, and I said, okay, this is really cool. So since 2012 I've been doing social media. Either it was helping them, then I got into another connection, and then that connection led to another connection, and I started working with social media influencers, celebrities, and I learned a lot from those individuals. So then when that time come, 2016-ish, 2017,
yeah.
I said, okay, I need money now. I have no money. This stuff is not making me money. What am I doing? It's fun. I like it. I'm good at it. Bills, I could apply to real estate to see if it would work.
Yeah.
Mortgage reps, they need to know the stuff that I know. So here I am today teaching them.
That is awesome. So when you step back and actually, let's go it this way, because again, as you indicated, you're right. You're the millennial in this conversation, and I'm the old man. Um, so when you step back now and you're merging your experience and passion with branding and social media with real estate, what is it that most older agents, brokerages don't get about social media?
I lost you. You
Yeah.
say it again?
I was saying, what is it about social media and branding, right, which is really your passion merged with real estate, that other real estate agents don't get?
Cool. So a lot of agents don't get about branding most of all. Social media is one aspect, but branding is the other.
Okay.
And that's why I'm teaching realtors worldwide about the importance of both, of social media and personal branding. As long as you have some social media knowledge, that's great, but you have to take advantage of it and expose yourself with your brand. But if it's the opposite, if you have a brand and you don't know social media, you got to learn how to build your brand online and
Mhm.
really take advantage of social media to promote it the correct way and in the strategic way. And so a lot of people don't know one and the other. They either know one or the other.
Yeah.
So that's where the little bit of the hiccup lied. So I wanted to make sure that I'm connecting both of the aspects together, and that's what I'm going over today.
Yeah.
And I have this the online masterclass that I'm working on, and literally everything that I've ever learned in my past 8 years is in this thing. So I mean, little
Awesome.
things like that. I've realized so many people don't even know how to download Instagram or don't know how to take a picture on Instagram and post it. But then the other spectrum, oh, well, I want to learn the algorithms and I want to learn the tips and tricks that'll get me leads, anything in this thing. So, and that's what I go about in teaching. But that's the issue. So many agents don't know the difference between the both, social media and branding. But then also, The second thing that I want to talk about is that agents are constantly selling. There
Mm.
isn't any agent that is wanting to brand themselves and have business chase them. It's always the opposite. And I'm not saying it doesn't work. It works. However, long term, your brand will always win. Gary Vaynerchuk, if you know that name,
Hmm.
everyone does. He said 90% of people sell and 10% of people brand. Those 10% of people who brand end up selling 90% more than those who sell. And that rung so many bells. I struck a chord. That
Yeah.
struck a chord. So many people just end up selling, but the brand is what wins at the end of the day. And as long as your brand is strong enough, online, offline, everywhere, and it's well known and trustworthy, you'll go miles.
Yeah. Well, let's break that down because I agree with you. I think even, real estate agents in my age group, which is a lot closer to 50 than I want to admit, kind of get social media. Oh, let's take a Instagram story. Let's post something on Facebook about my open house. They kind of get the basic mechanics. However,
Hmm.
I don't think, again, I'll speak for my opinion. I don't think any of them are thinking I'm a brand. So let's break down what a brand is, what it could be, different versions of it, because I do think you're right. I don't think many people understand what a brand is.
No, no, branding is it's. I don't know if it's just me, but I think it's the simplest thing and the most logical thing you should know.
Okay.
Everyone has a brand, whether you like it or you don't.
Okay.
What you post online, what you talk about, how you dress, how you act, what people talk about you, what people others say, how others feel when they work with you. All these little things add up to a brand. Your
Hmm.
brand either is good or it sucks, but you need to figure out how to make it best for your ideal audience. So, if you're a comedian, you gotta be funny. That's just the thing, right? You gotta be funny. If you're a realtor, you should be trustworthy. You should be that person that always is the go-to. You should feel safe with them. You're making a big decision. You should
Yeah.
know who you're doing it with, and you should feel safe and warm with that person, and not feel pressured or anything of that sort. So again, but how do people know you if they don't know you prior to working with you? They
Hmm.
go on your Zillow, they'll go check out your reviews, they'll go see what others have said about you, right? They'll make calls and recommendations and referrals. All of a sudden, they're starting to hear from what others are saying. But isn't it simple if they just go ahead and search you online, for example,
Hmm.
and pull up your Instagram and all of a sudden see everything about you? Oh, look at that. Jane is a dog lover and she loves to surf. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's so cool. I love dogs too, and I've surfed once before. She seems like I can resonate with her.
Right.
There's some type of relationship that has to be built. But that's the difference, is that so many people don't understand that they do have a brand, right?
Yeah. So let's break this down for again, people in the. I guess I'm a Generation X. I think that's what they call my age group. So again, the brand that you're talking about specifically for real estate agents, it's really kind of who you are, right? You just use the example of being a dog lover and a surfer. So basically, what you're saying to real estate agents, or at least suggesting, is open up a little bit, right? Don't just do your 3 listings a week or talk about a pretty house, right? Tell them, try to communicate who you really are, which could be, hey, I get up and
Yes.
go to the gym early, or, I got 2 kids, or, whatever. Is that kind of what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. No one cares about your listing. No one cares about the house you just sold to that family.
Hmm.
That's beautiful. That's great. And that'll probably strike an emotional chord in some. Like, oh wow, that's so nice. Like he just helped out that beautiful family of 4 into a brand new house for the first time. They look young. They look like
Yeah.
okay, great. That's nice. That's great. But and you're posting your 3-bed, 2-bath for $400,000 cul-de-sac. No one cares. Not one person cares. Honestly, so many people are probably not looking at that. What they need to know is that you're a realtor. What they need to know is what area that you do real estate in.
Yeah.
And what they need to know is that you do this full time. And by doing that and teaching them that, you have to
Yeah.
constantly be posting about your lifestyle, about work, about family, about play, but it's like a combination of all. But you want to build relationships. That's what I've noticed. I have clients. I almost I would say like 65, 70% of my real estate business has come from Instagram just this year.
Oh,
Just this year, because of myself. I have my clients reaching out to me, and they're asking me, "Oh, Ed, how was Vegas?" They're seeing me party at the MGM Grand, and they're like, "Oh my God, I love MGM. We were there to watch, I don't know, whatever it is." Like, we build relationships that way. That wouldn't have sparked if I kept posting a 3-bedroom and my showings and,
yeah.
my past sale. There needs to be more for a relationship to be built.
Awesome.
And usually those things are built when you're yourself, when you're authentic. Authenticity is so key.
Yeah. So you got to share more of yourself. That's great. That's a to do or an action. The other thing I think, again, this is an assumption, and you can feel free to tell me I'm wrong. But the other thing that you need to do when you're building your personal brand is you need to be consistent and realize it takes time, right? This is not, hey, I told you I went to the gym on Saturday, like me now, right? They've got to, you got to be consistent and do it for a length of time. Is that a fair assumption?
That's right. No, you're absolutely right. Persistency, consistency, constantly putting it out there. Listen, it took me 8 years to build a brand. I'm still building a brand. I'm no way there yet. I'm still building, but I see what works, and I'm seeing what so many people are lacking on.
Yeah.
And if it's working for me, I know it works for others. I've taught students, I've taught so many people, and it's working for them already. It's understanding that it's not going to happen overnight. There's definitely some sort of trial and error. There's still things that I'm screwing up on, and I'll say, damn, I should have done that. It's okay, though. It's a trial and error thing. So you got to be posting consistently. You got to see what works. You got to be doing split tests, right? A and B. See which work. B, A, which one's better. If A is better, focus on A. Do more of A. So that's where people are slacking and are getting discouraged because they do it once, twice, 3 times, and they're seeing no results, and they kind of just throw it on the ground and say, screw this. This is exactly why I didn't get into social media. I'm going to continue with my business. And same thing. I'll just go ahead and I'll put it in real estate language for if the realtors are listening, right? If you send out 2, 3 mailers, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
If you're going to send out 8, 10, 20, 50 of them, all of a sudden that might work. Yeah. So same concept applies to that.
Yeah, it is. And again, I want you to say I want people to hear it. It took you 8 years to build a brand. I mean, if that doesn't put context on this, nothing will, right?
It takes a lot of educating. It's not just like I've rebranded my name. I've rebranded my concept and my just who I am so many times. I was an entrepreneur. I was a musician. We were talking about that before, right? I was a DJ. I was a tour manager. I was a marketing branding agent. I was a CCO. I was the chief creative. Oh my God, I can go on with these names. But all those little things shape-shifted me into what I am today. And these were all little stepping stones. So people will eventually realize what they're good at and what they suck at. Mm-hmm. I've realized what I sucked at. I realized what I was good at, and I honed in on it.
Right.
And social media, branding, that was what I was good at. Accounting, managing, whatever else I sucked at, I delegated.
Yeah, makes total sense.
And then eventually my brand started to kind of mold itself into something that it is today.
Yeah. So let's paint the vision, because right now we've basically told people they have to open up. We've told them they have to be consistent. They have to be willing to invest time, which could mean years. But let's paint a vision of what the rewards are, right? You've already said one stat, and I'm hoping you have others. You said 60% of your business year to date has come from Instagram. Has your business doubled in revenue or listings or whatever metrics important? What can you share with real estate agents to make them feel like the investment's worth it?
Absolutely. Definitely. Business improves. Business evolves. And it definitely doubled, probably tripled. But again, I'm only in real estate for 3 years. So I'm still a rookie. I'm still a new guy that's trying to figure things out. Mm-hmm. But yes, it has doubled. It has, because the brand has doubled. The brand has become better. The reputation, the reviews, all these things, they're getting better and better and better. Mm-hmm. So absolutely. Social media is just one of those things that you need to be on today.
Yeah.
If you were handed an opportunity 50 years ago to buy a property in New York City for $100,000, would you do it?
Yes.
You would probably do it because you see what the future is like. You
Yeah.
might not have $100,000, but if you know people and you know how to get that $100,000 to buy that property,
Yeah.
you will figure it out, because 50 years from now, that
Mhm.
100,000 is going to turn into a fat solid 3 million, 4 million.
Right.
You would do it. So that's the same thing with social media. We know that social media is worth a little bit today. It's worth so much more down the line. And if people aren't hopping on this train of social media, TikTok, Instagram, all these upcoming and rising trends of social media platforms today, you're behind schedule. You
Yeah.
need to be on it, because it's only going to help you out later.
Yeah. So let's do me a favor. Lots of real estate agent investors watch this channel. Why don't you break down this masterclass? I don't know if it's chapters or themes or whatever you want. Why don't you paint a vision of at least the big building blocks that are a part of your masterclass, so you can whet the appetite of people watching this?
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so I have I have a masterclass called IGRE, and that is launching in exactly 7 days, November 23rd, and I'm really excited for that. And what it is, it's pretty much an online masterclass where you can learn the importance of social media and personal branding. As I was saying before, the first video, the first module, there are 6 modules, and the first module is literally saying how to download Instagram. That is the first module. That's the first video that you're going to watch. And that is for the rookies, because you might get that, 80-year-old that doesn't know anything about social media. No problem. This is how you do it.
Got it.
Then on the other spectrum, you're going to get the topic of discussions about algorithms, the techniques, the tips and tricks that gets you more likes, gets you more followers, gets you more comments, more engagement, more leads, all these little things. And this is all bundled up in my course. So that is igrecoaching.com. And you can learn so much more about it on there. But yeah, I'm excited to launch this one.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it. So it's like, and again, it's something that real estate agents need to appreciate, because they need to invest in themselves. They need to realize that social media is not going away. Multiple platforms. So investing in a masterclass like this could really help someone. So how can they find out more about it? I think you just gave the website. Do it again. And then more importantly, Ed, how can they find you? Is IG the best place? TikTok? What are all the various places they can find you?
Awesome. Yeah, so you can definitely find me at Ed Stulak, EDSTULAK, Ed Stulak, anywhere. Social media, online, offline, Google, wherever. That is my name. And but yes, this online course, igrecoaching.com, and you can even find it on my website, edstulak.com.
Excellent, Ed. This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you, getting with me 24 hours after getting on the road. I know how hard that is given time zones. So thank you very much, Ed. This has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you